All right, what's your opinion on having an LLC for real estate? How soon do you think it should be done, if at all? I think a lot of times now it's really important to understand your legal structure. It's really important to sit down with a CPA and an attorney to go over this. But I would say starting off, it's really unimportant as to whether or not you have an LLC. In fact, trying to force your properties to go into an LLC from the beginning is probably going to be a little bit detrimental because if you put your properties in an LLC in the beginning, you likely don't have any business history or like rental history. So banks are going to want to see that you have been a real estate investor for 2 years before they are going to want to count that rental income from that property. Now, that's if you work with, most banks. You could find some specialized banks or lenders in the real estate investing space that will work with you there. But if you don't have those histories, then you're going to have to qualify for the loan on your personal income and your personal credit score. And if you do that, then the bank is not going to want to close in the LLC. They're going to want you to do a quitclaim deed back to your personal name in order to close the loan that they're giving you, especially if you want a Fannie Freddie loan. So as the insurance agent, what I see a lot of for some of these real estate investors is they will buy a property in cash or with hard money in the name of an LLC. But then because they want the longest term and the cheapest interest rate, then they will go to these banks and try to get like a Fannie Freddie loan, which has to be closed in your personal name. So then they have this unnecessary shuffling of the title from the LLC back to the personal name. In addition, just the way insurance works, the named insured has to be the deeded owner. So you can't have a insurance policy from the LLC that is for a property that's deeded in your personal name. So that policy, you can't just like change named insureds. You have to rewrite the entire thing. And I would say that, speaking of insurance, if you have the appropriate amount of insurance on the property, then it's pretty insignificant as far as the rest of the liability structure goes. Now, again, I would talk to an attorney, figure out your risk tolerance, figure out what you're most comfortable with, because really the only reason this is of any importance is so that you can sleep well at night, knowing that your assets are safe in the event something horrible happens. So personal tolerance, personal level there. And, at one point, I set out to write a book on legal structures for real estate investors, just from like a layman's perspective of, this is what I see a lot of the pros and cons of each, but it just comes down to personal preference so much that it was impossible to write a book on, in my opinion. I know people that have several hundred homes in one LLC. I know people that have around like 50 homes in their personal name. And then I know people that might wear some tinfoil caps, but they have a different LLC for each single family home, and each single family home is deeded into a land trust that has a separate LLC as the beneficiary of that land trust. So I think the land trusts are largely for anonymity's sake, but at the same time, I mean, that's just so involved on like the bookkeeping side. So you're really kind of increasing the amount of administrative work almost for no reason, it seems. Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.